Yeah, so I talk about relationships quite a bit in these videos that I post here. And one of the themes that I keep coming into, one of the things I keep encountering when I talk to female friends is this notion of men. Men are this, men are that, men do this, men don't do this, shit like that. In reality, what they mean is the men that they like, right? And so I think it's probably a good idea. I plan on doing this shit for a long time. So I think it's probably a good idea for me to create some terms that we can refer back to when relevant, right? So one term I want to introduce is MWOs, men with options. Another term I want to introduce is MLOs, men lacking options, or men with limited options.
Man is basically as faithful as his options. That's how faithful a man is, no more, no less. It's damn near impossible for a man to turn down sex. It's hard for a man to turn down sex. If we can stop chasing it, and even that requires some rehab. But it's hard for a man to stop. Woo, turn what? If it chases us, we can't run that fast. It gonna catch us. We're like, shit.
Why is this important? I think it's important because when you talk about men and when you interact with men, I think your expectations should be different based on which group of men that you're talking about. What I see in conversation, what I see on memes on social media, what I see women talking about on social media is they typically want an MWO, a man with options, to treat them the same way a MLO would treat them, a man who does not have options. They want to be pedestalized. They want to be, they want the guy to be quote unquote consistent. They want the guy texting them all the time. They want the guy to think of date ideas. They want the guy to do this, that, and the other thing, right? And so I've always brought this up in conversations, like, okay, the things that you want a guy to do is going to be a lot has to do with his options. If you want a guy that has multiple options, either that he's currently pursuing or he knows he can easily tap into, like, he's not going to feel the need to do all of this extra shit to keep you around. In fact, he's probably going to start to see you as a fucking burden, right? So you're asking a guy with multiple options to treat you like a guy who has nothing else going on other than work, maybe a few friends or whatever, and he has a lot of time on his hands. He's happy to have a woman in his life. A guy like that will stop what he's doing and make you the centerpiece of his life and give you all the attention that you need. Let's be clear, when we're talking about men, we're talking about primarily two categories: men with options, men lacking options. So try to remember that when you're talking about men and what men don't do and why men don't this, because you're expecting a man with options to act like a man who doesn't have options.